Hi everyone, hope you're having a super fun day. Hope you had a great weekend. This will be going out to the VIPs as well as the masterminds. I'll be heading off on Thursday off to Tasmania for 11 days. I cannot wait. That's the main reason I am sending you the video out to everyone as well, just to make it known that the regularly scheduled program of altcoin Bibles, Monday market update snippets, Friday talking crypto, thinking rich for the masterminds. That will change a little bit. Joe will be dropping in his expert commentary and analysis all throughout the week. But for anyone outside the mastermind group, yeah, we're going to have to see how that plays out in terms of Monday market update clips. There might be a small collection of clips from Joe's session that does the masterminds. Altcoin Bible won't be happening. Talking crypto, thinking rich definitely won't be happening. So there won't be any clips from that. So masterminds, you'll be given a lot of love and a lot of care from our dear leader and also the team. You just won't see from my face. I cannot wait to get into the wilderness of Tassie and just forget about the markets and the chop. It's perfect as well. I think all of us should consider taking leave and holidays during the seasonality of August, September. That said, we have so many new masterminds coming into the group that I'm just so happy that everyone's taken that next step up to the mastermind level. I'm going to take care of you the best I can before I leave. And when I am gone, I'll cover in the Discord too. I've already put an announcement in there, but I might cover it at the end of this session, just so you're fully aware of how maybe the client suite process will take. I've opened up additional times when I get back as well for our onboarding calls and one-on-ones if you cannot get in before I leave. But what's open there, and it's completely booked out before I leave, but what is open, if any cancellations happen, that's all I have. Unfortunately, I can't make any more time for that. So yes, thank you for your patience around that. It's the client suite we really want to stay on top of. We don't want any disruption around that for you guys. In fact, while I'm talking, I'm just going to cover that right now. So here's the Mastermind Discord, guys, VIPs. Yes, sorry about this. You'll be looking at this. I'll just explain it really quickly for Mastermind. So yes, if you have any client suites, so RPMs, risk profiles, trading, any of that, please get it to me before close of business Wednesday so I can action that feedback ASAP. If you submit while I'm away, absolutely fine. So 4th to 15th. One of the team will get back to you around that, whether it be Joe, Elliot. I can also follow up and check up on what you've covered in that session when I get back. A lot can happen in 11 days. If you'd like me to cover off anything you want to ask me directly, I can. Or number three, my fingers, please submit any client suite assignments at your leisure and I will provide the feedback from the 16th. That's kind of there just in case you don't feel like you don't want to be rushed, you don't necessarily want the feedback right away. You can wait 10 days and you want to maybe focus on the course or the Discord in the meantime. So that option's there as well. But wanted to give you just 3 different things that you could sink your teeth into if you, wanted urgent feedback. We really think that keeping the lines of communication open is so important. I didn't want to go away and have this sort of ambiguity. You submit assignment, don't hear back from me for 10 days. That's not what we wanted to have go down. So any questions, comments, feedback around this, please let us know ASAP. All right, let's get into the charts because that's what we all care about. Well, actually, before we get into the charts, I just wanted to give you a high-level overview of what we're thinking. So Joe and I had a session this morning and we're both like, okay, well, this is following almost the playbook, exactly what we had forecasted out at the back end of last month, which was, right, we have the rate cut coming, likely rate cut. Again, there's a bit of uncertainty around that because of the data, and that still might change again. But on the 18th of September, we have the interest rate decision around here. Now, CME Futures is pricing in that we are getting a cut of 0.25%. The 0.5% is completely off the table unless the data comes in where inflation's falling and the labour market's getting softer. So right now, it looks like we are going to get a rate cut, but yes, there's still some uncertainty around that going into it, which markets don't like. And in any case, we just think because of a lot of the data coming out before then, the 11th, all that, and also market expectations that this is going to be a volatile period. Also, seasonality plays into it as well. We just think it's wise to be a little bit cautious, a little bit bearish leading to the event. So we're looking at the downside here, and also the price action is telling us that there's not a lot of strength here right now. Even though we have just ticked over to September, we will see new monthly flows come in the next few days. We might have a bit of an uptick in the first week. We might have a bounce, but then I think there's going to be some caution thrown around the market, leading into the to the midpoint. Again, like if the unemployment rate starts to skyrocket here, this will, I think, give the market actually a bit of juice, and we might see the rate cut not only be completely accepted as being priced in, or we're leading towards a 0.25, but we also might have some uncertainty that we might get a 0.5, which could give us a little bit more juice on top of that. But if there is if there's ambiguity at all through this entire phase, then I think it's just wise to be cautious. Then we've got the actual inflation rates coming out. If, let's say, we get higher unemployment, and then we get the inflation numbers come out, and inflation's going higher, that's kind of like stagflationary environment. The Fed's just like, oh, what do we do? I think they're going to focus more on the employment numbers versus the inflation. I think they're accepting high levels of inflation and going to cut regardless, but they're going to go very softly. If the labour market continues to get really, really soft and we're seeing unemployment figures rise, then they might have to get more aggressive. So again, there's lots of uncertainty, and that's all I want to get across, is that look, in that type of environment, gold's going to do really well. And Bitcoin may struggle because it is really relying on those risk flows, those speculative flows. Now, I'm going to show you some charts at the back end of this that suggest that, look, gold is actually breaking out to a new time high. And I think that is there's a signal amongst the noise there. I've often used gold as a bit of a forward-looking tell. You can look at M2 and liquidity and all that, but gold is telling you that more debt is coming, more debasement of the currency is coming. So I think Bitcoin has always had about a month to 2 months lag. Could be up to 3. Don't quote me on that, but there is always a lag between gold's movement and Bitcoin catching up. And again, I'll show you on the charts, but I think that's an important data point there we can focus on.